Hi, in this brief video I would like to show how connect the timer to the sample circuit and how easy it is to configure the timer and change the programming. So what I have here, I have the light, I have a power supply and a timer. The power from the battery goes to the red wire of the timer, the yellow goes to the output, to the light, and black goes to the ground. We're going to use the white and green wires to configure the timer. So currently the timer is set to the interval on function, where upon power application the output comes on for a couple seconds. So if I'll supply the power, the light comes on for about 5 seconds and then shuts off and repeats every time I recycle the power. So I'm going to show you how to change it. For example, we're going to go to the function number 3 flasher and set it for a couple seconds. Set this time to 2 seconds. It will be 2 seconds on, 2 seconds off, and so forth. So first thing what we're going to do, we're going to put the timer in a programming mode, and we're going to take 2 wires, the white and green, and short it to the ground and supply power, and light gonna turns on for about 3 seconds. The next step is to program the timing, and we're gonna use the white wire and we're gonna connect it to the ground for 2 seconds, and that's our timing, 1, 2. So this is the timing that we want the flasher to function. This is cycle, or half of the cycle. It's on and then off, 2 seconds. Next, we need to go to the next menu in the timer, and to do that we're going to take again both wires and connect them both to the ground. The lights comes on for 3 seconds, and now we're in a different menu. Now we need to set the function to a 3. It was 2, we need to reset it to a 3. So we're going to touch the white wire 3 times to the ground. So we did it. The light flashes also 3 times, and since we don't need to change anything, we can disconnect the timer, and we're going to supply the power, and it will come on for 2 seconds, 2 seconds off, 2 seconds on. And to change any to any other functions, you basically go into the programming mode, and then you can change the timing. There are a couple things that there are a couple parameters that you need to change to program the timer. So there are really 4 different steps. The first step, when you go into the programming mode, we will be configuring the time T1 and maybe T2 if the T2 is used. The next menu that we went to is number 2. We configure timer function. We didn't change the timer trigger, but because it's not required for this function. We didn't change the output, it was normal, and programming mode was also normal. So if you don't need to change it, we didn't have to do that. So that's how easy you can change it. Now if you need to change the timing, let's say the function is okay, but we need to change the timing, it's very simple. We're going to connect again 2 wires to the ground, supply the power, wait for the light to come on and disconnect the wires. Now we're going to use the white wire and connect it briefly to the ground. And since we don't need to change the function, we don't need to do anything else. We just disconnect the power and then connect the power back on, and now we have the fast flashing light. So that's about it. Now, so you can use the wires to program the timer. You can also use the optional circuit that we have, basically a PCB with 2 buttons, 1 and 2, which connects it to the respected white and green wires, and we supply you with the quick connectors so you can easily connect it. So give me a second, I will connect the buttons to the timer, and I will see how to do the same programming but with the buttons. Okay, so I connected the buttons now to the timer. So basically white goes to white, green to green, and black goes to the ground. And it's basically accomplishing what you see in the manual. It's accomplishing the buttons here. So you can use the bare wires, or you can connect the buttons. You can connect your own buttons if you want to, but we also sell this accessory which will help you to configure the timer. So let's say we want to switch back to the interval on, to the function number 2. So to do that, we will just push 2 buttons, supply power, wait until light comes on, release the buttons. Now we need to set the timing first. So let's say we're going to push the button number 1 for, let's say, 5 seconds. We're done. Then we need to go to the next menu where we would change the function. We push 2 buttons at the same time, release. Then we're going to use the first button to change it, to push it 2 times, to set the function to 2. 1, 2. And at this time we just need to disconnect the power. And then we connect the power, the light will come on for 5 seconds and then turn off. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much.